Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Hope you guys are having a great start of your week so far. I got 15 games on this MLB slate here. Gonna get right into those. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Support the channel. Go ahead and join the Patreon. Only $5.50 a month. You're gonna get access to all my plays for the day, parlays, teasers. You're gonna win a lot of money. Gonna be so worth it. Go ahead and hop in there. Link is in the description. And we're going to get started. A lot of action. I'll try to speed through it. It's tough. I'm pretty sure I say that every video, and all the videos take long. So, first matchup, we have the Minnesota Twins versus the Detroit Tigers. Minnesota 2-1. Detroit 2-1. As far as I know, these I filmed these the night before, so a lot of these games, especially the second half of the games, the day before, they're not going to be included in these records just because I don't have the time. I don't have the time to record them in the day. So, any earlier games they'll be covered in here, but the second half won't. But as far as pitching goes, barring any changes the next day, we'll see what happens. But J.A. Happ is pitching for the Twins, and then Casey Miz is. I'm going to pronounce all these pitchers' names wrong. That's just how it's going to be. So don't roast me. Casey Miz is pitching for the Tigers, barring any changes. Minnesota favorites at -145, Detroit +135. This is a pretty simple matchup for me. These teams, on their back-to-back or triple header. First game, Minnesota blew them out of the gates, 15-6. Gonna roll when he's got 15. You got to roll with that hotness. Gonna roll with Minnesota and that hotness right there. Going to take a -145. We're going to take the over. Hope for another heavy-hitting game. Next matchup, we have the Atlanta Braves versus the Washington Nationals. Nationals favorites at -118. Atlanta +108 with the over-under at 8. Atlanta, rough start to the season for Atlanta here. This is a game where I do like the Nationals here. Beginning their season. We'll see how they play, in their first game on Monday. So always be sure to check that. But a good thing is if you guys do sign up for the Patreon, you'll be able to get all my updated picks throughout the day. So you'll get anything that isn't covered in here, and you'll get, all my favorite picks after I look them over the next day and whatnot. Pitching for the Braves is Drew Smyly. Pitching for the Nationals is Max Scherzer. Going to roll with the Nationals until Braves can muster up some wins here. They're just not having a nice start to the season. We're going to take the over at 9 as well. Next matchup, we have the Houston Astros versus the Los Angeles Angels. Houston favorites at -115. The Angels +105. Houston 4-0. Angels 3-1. Houston playing really good right now. They're 5. I believe. Hold up. Houston. Okay, they haven't played yet. They played tonight. But, I'll keep this one plain and simple for me. I've been riding Houston since opening day. They just been putting up runs, dominating Oakland in that 4-game series. LA looked good against the White Sox here, but I love Houston. We'll see what happens in game 1. But, barring anything crazy, I'm going to take Houston here. If they somehow become underdogs, taking Houston +1.5 if that's available. We're going to take the over 9 as well. All in on Houston. Next matchup, we have the Baltimore Orioles versus the New York Yankees. Yankees -280 favorites. Baltimore +255. This game is going on as I'm playing it, 0-0 as I'm filming. I just think that's too high. I watched the Yankees so far this season. They haven't been that impressive to me. I like the value at Baltimore with the upset bid +255. I like them even better at +1.5. At +125. Throw them in some parlays. It's not going to hurt. Just a big price tag for the Yankees that don't look that impressive so far to me. And we'll take the under 8.5. I look for a low scorer here. The next matchup, we have the Pittsburgh Pirates versus Cincinnati Reds. Cincinnati favorites at -155. Pittsburgh plus 145. As I'm recording, Pitt winning 2-0. Both teams, Cincinnati 2-1, Pitt 1-2. Pitt didn't look that good in the White Sox series. Cincinnati looked pretty good to end the St. Louis series there, winning 12-1, then 9-6. I like the value here with the Pirates. I hope liking the Pirates to play a little bit better in this series. Good value at plus 145. I'm going to take the over 9. Next matchup, we have the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Miami Marlins. Miami's favorites at minus 107. St. Louis minus 103. And I already did it again. I already messed up. I forgot to say the pitchers' names for the other games. I'm going to get better at these MLB videos. I promise. Pitching for the Cardinals is John Gant, and Miami is Sandy Alcantara. There we go. It's a pretty easy one for me. I mean, Miami did come. They got that nice, impressive win over Tampa Bay to end that series. But struggled scoring in those first two games of the season. St. Louis has definitely shown they can score here. I like the value at St. Louis plus 1.5. I also like that money line as well. We're going to take the over 8 as well. Next matchup, we have the New York Mets versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Mets favorites at minus 127. Phillies plus 117 with the over under at 9. We'll see what happens in their opening night. So obviously my picks are going to, my good picks are going to be swayed, and I'll definitely be posting those in the Patreon the following day after I see the results of these games. But the Mets, it's their first game on Monday. Regardless of what happens, having a game under them, I think this is the right game to pick them. I picked Phillies in the last matchup just because I thought the Mets would come out a little rusty, and so I love the Mets here in the second matchup, getting a game under their belt. Gonna roll with the Mets, and we're gonna take the over 9. Next matchup, we have the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Boston Red Sox. Tampa, favorites at minus 140, Boston plus 130. Pitching for Tampa, Tyler Glasnow. Boston, Martin Perez. This is an easy one for me. Rolling with Tampa, taking the better team. Boston looking very uninspiring to begin the season. Just watching them getting blown out by the Orioles in that 3-game series. Just they're just not playing well right now. Tampa's a really nice team. I like them to get a nice win here. Probably going to take Tampa throughout this whole series until Boston can prove they can muster up something. Going to take Tampa. We're going to take the under 9. Next matchup, we have the Milwaukee Brewers versus the Chicago Cubs. Chicago, opening as favorites at minus 107. Milwaukee minus 103. Pitching for Milwaukee is Freddie Peralta. Pitching for Chicago is Adbert Alzolay. This is a game, Milwaukee has a great roster this season. Should have a really great season. But, getting dominated those last 2 games against Minnesota. We'll see how they do in this Chicago series. But I'll have to play it by ear with the Brewers here. But I like Chicago here. Chicago's too talented. Both teams are talented. But I like Chicago in this matchup. And I'm going to take the over 9. Next matchup, we have the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Texas Rangers. Toronto favorites at minus 120. Texas plus 110. Pitching for Toronto is Tanner Roark. Pitching for Texas is Dane Dunning. With the over under at 9.5 here. Toronto, pretty impressive series against the Yankees. Definitely, no one thought they'd come out and beat them like they did in 2 of those 3 games, and they did. Texas got absolutely destroyed by Kansas City, just getting lit up with runs here. That's why I love the over in this one. Both teams are going to definitely score. I like Toronto till Texas can prove they can get some wins here. It didn't look very good to me in that last series. Taking Toronto with a good, coming off some good wins over the Yankees here. Next matchup, we have the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the Colorado Rockies. Colorado opening up as favorites at -113. Arizona +103 with the over-under at 11. Pitching for the Diamondbacks is Luke Weaver. Pitching for Colorado is German Marquez. And another side note, which I'll say these in my videos, I filmed these the night before, like I'll always say, until that changes. So if any of these pitching changes happen the next day, you always gotta monitor that. Things could happen last second. So, but as far as I see right now, that's who's listed as the pitchers. But things change, so gotta be up to date and check before game time for sure. Arizona, horrible series against the Padres. They were able to muster up one win there, but didn't look very good there. Colorado didn't look good against the Dodgers. It's fortunate they had to play the Dodgers and get, both teams playing really great teams, so that sucks. They had to open their season like that. Don't love either team here, but I'm going to take the value with Arizona. I like Arizona money line. I like them better at +1.5. We're going to take the under 11. I think it's a little too high here. Both teams didn't score that much in both their matchups. I'm going to roll with the under and take Arizona +1.5. Next matchup, we have the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the Oakland Athletics. Dodgers favorites at -153. The Oakland A's +143 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Dodgers is Clayton Kershaw. Pitching for the Athletics is Chris Bassett. Very simple one for me. Rolling with the Dodgers. Oakland looked horrible in their last series. Dodgers, great team. Love the Dodgers here. Plain and simple. We're going to take the Dodgers in the over. Next matchup, we have the Chicago White Sox versus the Seattle Mariners. Chicago favorites at -140. Seattle +130 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for Chicago is Lucas Giolito. Pitching for Seattle is James Paxton. We'll see how this matchup goes during Monday. Chicago uninspiring in their first series, 1-3. Seattle looked pretty decent, 2-1, 2 wins over the Giants here. It's another game. I love the value here with Seattle. I really do. I like them more at +1.5. I don't hate the money. I lean Chicago White Sox money line, but I do like Seattle +1.5 here. I'm going to take the over 7.5. Last matchup on the board, we have the San Francisco Giants versus San Diego Padres. San Francisco, +183. The Padres -195 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Giants is Aaron Sanchez. Pitching for the Padres is Yu Darvish. San Francisco, horrible series against Seattle, getting shut out in their last game against Seattle there. Padres, one of the teams to beat this season. Love the Padres here. Going to love them all season. Me being a San Diego guy, got to roll with my squad, San Diego. Going to take them -195 here. A very low over-under here. Over 7.5. Let's hope for some hitting here. Going to take the over. And that's going to do it for this matchup. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. I'm going to get better with the MLB. It's a lot to process, so sorry if I missed some of the starting pitches. This is the only one that's tough. There's a lot thrown at me here, so I'll get better at that. And go ahead and join the Patreon. Get in on the action. You don't want to miss that every day. And good luck with your picks on Tuesday, and I will see you guys Wednesday. Have a good one.